Hey Professor, this is my response to scenario 2. I'll start by summarizing what happened in the video. So in the video, there's a lady who's in a holding cell, looks like, and she's getting put into the holding cell by an officer, and she decides to kick her shoe at him, which results in him barging through the door and kind of like Superman punching her and then slamming her against the wall. At that point, she looks pretty dazed. She hits the ground, or he yanks her by the hair to the ground. And then he starts to, try to tie her up. I can't tell if she's resisting or not because of the angle, but he starts punching her on the head, in which a second officer comes in and helps keep her legs still while the first officer, cuffs her. Once they have her all restrained, Officer number 1 grabs the lady by her hair, yanks her off the ground, and kind of rushes her out the door, and Officer 2 just kind of follows through with that. The answer to the question, which was what would I do if I was Officer number 2, is I think I would have kept, I think I would have done everything the same up until the part where officer number 1 yanks her by the hair when she's coming off the ground, because at that point that level of force feels unnecessary because she's incapacitated and her hands are tied, so she can't really resist, and she wasn't really resisting after that. So I think the yanking by the hair is too much. I probably would have stepped in and told officer number 1, hey, let me take care of it, and just grabbed her by her hand instead of her hair, and escorted her myself, that sort of thing, maybe. Because the guy, clearly Officer 1 was really hot about the situation. He was very angry, which is why he put so much hurt into the lady. Yeah, clearly he was very mad at her when he Superman punched her and slammed her. That was crazy. But yeah, I would have taken over there at that point and helped with that. I think everything up until the point where he yanked her up by the hair, it was okay. There was a lot of force being used, but at the end of the day, the lady did assault an officer by kicking her shoe at him. I think he was justified in using that level of force up until there was no point in being excessive. She was already given up. But yeah, those are my thoughts on scenario 2. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.